No, I can't die again. No, please!
After her mother's death, Melanie went on a trip and vanished without a trace. Clover, along with her friends Nina, Nina's boyfriend Abe, Megan, and Clover's ex-boyfriend Max, sets out to find her. They arrive at the place where Melanie recorded her last video message. Unsure where to start, Megan, fascinated by the paranormal, suggests a ritual. Holding hands, they try to sense Melanie's residual energy to feel her presence. The ritual is interrupted by a passing car that nearly hits them. At a gas station, Clover decides to grab a coffee and asks the worker if he's seen her sister, showing him a photo. The worker replies that people often go missing in nearby Glore Valley.
Glore Valley?
Yeah. Clover shares this with her friends, and they decide to head there. A heavy downpour begins, the group argues, and they lose their way. Suddenly, they enter a weather anomaly zone where no rain falls above them, though a storm rages around. Stepping out of the car, they marvel at the phenomenon. Abe calls it a water wall. Max suggests turning back, but Abe insists on waiting out the storm. Max looks for another route, but there's no signal. Nina suggests entering a nearby house to ask the owners where they are. Everyone except Clover and Max enters the house. Inside, Nina notices an old calendar and an hourglass on the wall, and finds a guest journal. Abe discovers a board with flyers, beneath which are notices about missing people. Megan heads to the bathroom, but there's no water in the house. Clover hears Melanie's voice calling her name, sees a silhouette ahead, and walks toward it. Max notices and runs after her. Darkness falls suddenly. Nina decides to write her initials in the journal. Abe, removing the last flyer, finds Melanie's portrait among the missing. Flipping through the journal, Nina finds Melanie's signature, confirming she was here, but her handwriting becomes illegible toward the end. Abe shows the flyers and they are puzzled by the lack of dates, numbers, or other details. Clover notices Glore Valley on the journal and realizes this is the place the gas station worker mentioned. Nina sees the hourglass has been flipped and thinks Max did it, but he denies it. Megan hears a noise and, looking out the window, they notice the car is gone. They step outside and see someone sitting in the running car, but don't dare approach and return to the house. With no signal, they decide to look for a phone. While Abe and Nina watch the car, Clover, Megan, and Max descend to the basement. Max notices windows in the basement and wonders why they're there. Clover finds a phone with a dial tone, but it doesn't work. A strange signal comes through the radio. Abe and Nina hear a noise upstairs. Abe goes to check and doesn't return. Nina hears a noise. She calls out to Abe, but he doesn't respond. Entering a room and turning on the light, she sees a masked psycho who has killed Abe. Hearing screams, Max goes upstairs, sees the psycho and Nina lying on the floor, then returns to warn the girls to hide. Max tries to hit the psycho with a chair, but the psycho kills him. Clover grabs a knife and, when the psycho attacks Megan, stabs him. But it has no effect. Going upstairs, she's shocked to see Nina's body and flees into the woods. There, she spots a silhouette resembling Melanie, but the psycho catches up and kills her. The hourglass flipped over, and everyone came back to life in the exact same places they were before Nina wrote her initials in the journal. They all remember what happened and notice bruises and wounds on themselves.
Holy shit! How am I still alive right now?
You were killed. I saw it. I died.
He got you too? Wait, what about the others?
Nina signs the journal again, this time for the second day. Abe shows that their portraits have appeared on the board among the missing. A noise comes from the front door.
Abe?
Max and Abe barricade it, but something odd happens to Megan. She starts screaming. Her cries shatter light bulbs, and then she vanishes.
Where did she go?
Listen.
They find her in a room, floating in the air. She speaks in the voices of the dead from the board.
I just want to die, please.
They're just gonna watch us die.
Mommy?
Don't let it in.
A knock sounds at the door. Clover hears Melanie's voice begging to open it, but Abe recalls Megan's warning.
Melanie? Clover!
Hold on. Megan just said don't let it in.
Something's hurting her! We have to help her! We can't...
Max helps open the door anyway, and Clover steps outside but finds no one. Max notices a house ahead that wasn't there before. Suddenly, an invisible force drags Clover away.
Guys, please help! No!
Locking the others in the house. Abe suggests driving for help, but Max insists on saving Clover. Clover regains consciousness, startled by the sight of masks. She sees an old witch in a chair with an oxygen tank, watching TV. Trying to open the door, she fails. The witch warns that there's only one way out: survive the night or become part of it. The witch attacks Clover, puts an oxygen mask on her, and crumbles to dust. Something possesses Clover. Meanwhile, Nina and Abe get in the car to escape, but see a massive, strange creature ahead. Terrified, they turn back, but the psycho soon kills them. Max, having entered the house, tries to find Clover.
Clover?
Then Clover steps outside, gets hit by a car, and dies. The countdown begins anew. It's the third day.
I guess we died again.
Yeah. Is this just gonna keep happening?
I don't know.
Clover told them what the witch had said to her. They decide to barricade the doors and stay in the bathroom until morning. Abe is thirsty. Megan is surprised to see water. When she had turned on the tap earlier, there was none. The others are thirsty too, and everyone takes a sip. The group begins to notice that they are changing into something. Suddenly, Abe starts coughing, notices blood, and quietly wipes it away. And the same happens to Nina and Megan. Clover begs Max to kill her, but he refuses, suggesting they wait for dawn, which is near. Clover wants to save everyone. Max explodes, and Clover, falling to the floor, sees the gas station worker who says they won't survive if they stay put. Clover explodes, and the countdown starts again. The group searches for a way out. Megan notices an extra tooth growing. Clover finds cards with workers' images, including the gas station worker revealed as Dr. Alan Hill, tied to this place. They learn that 20 years ago, a mine accident in Glore Valley killed 1,100 people, burying the town underground, explaining the basement windows once at ground level. Max finds a video where Hill describes his experiments. He studied fear and trauma, turning people into Wendigos through repeated deaths and resurrections. Hill contacts them via radio, saying, "Freedom requires a sacrifice. 4 can leave, 1 must stay." Megan senses Hill is near and points to a table. They find a map, and Clover roughly guesses his location. She demands to meet Hill, and he agrees, but only with her, promising to show Melanie. Clover agrees and heads into the forest. Abe tries to stop the group, but Nina wounds him in the back.
Giving her what she wants. You guys go find Clover. Otherwise, it'll be 2 people we have to leave behind. Let's go.
I'm here!
Clover steps into a trap. She tries to free herself, but she doesn't have the strength. Suddenly, someone begins to pull the chain.
You need to try and survive, Nina.
I will, just not this time.
I'm scared of dying, like really dying.
Me too. But living without my friend scares me even more. Him first.
What?
The masked psycho kills Abe and Nina. Max and Megan search for Clover, but encounter a Wendigo.
Over there.
Megan falls onto glass, and Max tries to save her, but the Wendigo drags her away. Max finds Clover, frees her from the trap, and uses it against Melanie. They manage to escape. Clover begs Max to kill her so they can start over, and he does. Then, upon hearing the sound of the Wendigo, he drinks a few drops and then explodes.
Hey!
After another resurrection, Clover asks how long they've been here. Nina says it's been 13 nights, the journal's maximum. This might be their last night, and they realize Megan isn't with them. No one remembers anything, and it turns out Abe has video recordings on his phone.
Don't worry, we'll get it.
Oh!
What? Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's still in my bag!
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Max, we should turn back.
Just be quiet, Abe. Why won't you fucking die? What is that?
On one of the recordings, they see Megan saying she's going into the tunnel to follow Hill, hoping she might find something that could help them. This is their last chance. They arm themselves and enter the tunnel to save Megan.
This place is huge.
Hey, careful.
Is that?
Wendigos attack, but they escape. The masked psycho strikes again, and the friends tell Clover to find Megan while they distract the monster. Clover encounters Melanie, who suddenly attacks, but she manages to fight her off and gain the upper hand.
It's me. I love you, Mel, but I'm getting the fuck out of this hellhole.
You asshole!
Megan.
Find a way out of here. I'm gonna get a key, okay?
While searching for the keys, she enters a room and sees a file with her personal information on the table, then notices surveillance cameras. Confused, she tries to make sense of it. Suddenly, Dr. Hill enters and explains that the monsters are manifestations of her psyche, feeding on fear and trauma. He says Clover is now the one driving this horror, just like Melanie before her. Clover spots the keys and casually asks a question to divert Hill's attention. While he's distracted, she subtly shifts his glass, letting the poisoned water slip in. As he took a sip, he realized his coffee had been poisoned, but it was already too late. His body was torn apart. Clover manages to save Megan, and together with the others, they make it out. The weather anomaly ends, and the group leaves the place behind. Thank you for watching. What did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It really helps me out.